A Beast for a Beauty, written by Melissa, narrated by Megan Spencer. Chapter 1. My name is Peyton Black, daughter of Alpha James Black of the Blackstone Pack. Tomorrow I turn 18 years old. Normally, you'll get your wolf at 16 years old and shift for the first time when you turn 18. But being the Alpha's daughter, I got my wolf Aurora when I was 14 and shifted when I was 16. But poor me, I've not been lucky enough yet to find my mate. Every year, my pack will hold a mating ball for the new shifted wolves and for the wolves who still have not found their mate. All packs across Canada are welcome to attend. Since you have to be 18 years of age with a wolf to attend to find your mate, this will be the first year for me and my best friend Allison Quinn, the daughter of our beta. The ball is being held this Saturday, the day after my 18th birthday. Peyton Rose Black, my mother Nancy yelled from downstairs. Get a move on, or you'll be late for school. Be right down, Mother, I answer. I slipped on a pair of my favorite dark black skinny jeans, my skinny boots, a black crop top, and a black leather jacket. I put my long, wavy black hair up in a ponytail, did my makeup, grabbed my phone, keys, and purse, and headed down the stairs. I kiss my mother on the cheek and head for the door. Are you not going to eat first, Peyton? She asks. No, I'm picking up Allison and stopping for coffee like we always do. I just grab a bagel as well, I answered, continuing out the door. I climbed into my new car my parents bought me when I passed my driving test last year. It's a candy apple red Mustang, convertible. I started the car and went down 3 houses and stopped for Allison to get in. Morning, chickie, Allison says, climbing in and hugging me. I've known Allison my whole life. We've been best friends since birth. She's a little hyper and loud at times, but this 5'5", 120 pounds, brown-haired, green-eyed girl would have my back in a heartbeat. I don't know what I would ever do without her. Morning, Allie, I said. Please tell me we are doing our normal coffee stop, Allie asks. Well, duh, I replied. There is no way I'm going without my large double hazelnut mocha latte, I told her. We turned up the music and turned off to the coffee shop. I pull into the high school parking lot a short time later, parking my car in my normal spot, and get out. Our friends are all hanging out by the big tree in front of the school. I saw our friend Justin waving at us as we approached. After our greetings, I blocked them all out. I began to think about my birthday tomorrow and the mating ball on Saturday. I still have not found my mate. Normally, you do when you get your wolf, but I was early on getting my wolf, so I'm wondering if one of the new wolves this year could be my mate. I looked around at my male friends. God, I hope it's not Justin. He's just not my type at all. He's cool and all, just a bit of a nerd. Allie's brother and future beta, Zach Quinn, would have been great since I have had a major crush on him since we were kids, but seeing how he is 20 years old, like my brother, there was no way he could be my mate. Hello, Earth to Peyton! Allie taps me on the shoulder. Oh, sorry, I was daydreaming, I said. The bell rang, chickie. We better go before the second bell goes off, and we're late, she said. We ran to our locker and headed off to my first period math class. I'm good at math, but I hate this class. Mr. Harrington is so dull. I take my seat at the back of the room and get ready for the next 2 hours of boredom. Finally, the bell rings, and I gather my books and run out. Standing at my locker waiting for me is Allie. How was maths class, chickie? She asks me. Dull and boring like always, I answered. I swear half the class fell asleep. Opening my locker, I took out my English books, and me and Allie headed to class. We have the next 2 classes together. Taking our seats together at the back of the room, we waited for Mr. Glover, our English teacher, to start. Seeing how it is almost the end of the school year with just a week to go, Mr. Glover said, I think a nice pop quiz is in order to prepare your minds for your exams starting on Monday. The whole class moans. Mr. Glover was a stickler for pop quizzes. At lunch, I grab a salad, a slice of pizza, and iced tea, then head to our normal table. On my way, I had to pass the major bitch, Lisa Baxter, the school's biggest stuck-up human ever. She thinks she's all that and more. The humans in this school do not have a clue about the werewolves. So, since I can remember, Lisa finds it her mission to always start something with me, and I can never show her who the real boss is. As I'm walking past her, I hear her call me a dyke, then laugh with all her followers. I stopped dead in my tracks and turned around to face her. "How did you know, Lisa?" I asked her. "Finally, I can tell you how I really feel about you. We can be together now." Just the look on her face was a win for me. "I knew you were gay," Lisa says. "That is why you never had a boyfriend." "You got me, Lisa. You're so smart," I said, walking away. I cannot wait to graduate and be finished with this school and done with her. "Well, that was fun," Ellie says, laughing. "Same old Lisa," I said. I wish she knew what we were, so we could just put that human in her place. We ate our lunch, then decided that after school, we would hit the mall for dresses for the ball on Saturday. In gym class, Allie and I had no problem doing the 10 laps around the track. It was nothing for us since it's something we must do every day training with the pack. My last class was my favorite subject of them all, art class. I loved art. I loved to paint and draw. I was really good at it too. I love doing landscapes and human portraits. "Very beautiful, Peyton," the teacher, Mrs. Grant, says, looking at my sunset over the lake painting I'm working on. "You should be teaching this class. You're so good," she went on. "Thank you, Mrs. Grant. I love art." The bell rang and I started to clean up my station. Once I was done, I headed to meet Allie at my locker. As I rounded the corner, there was Allie and Jack waiting for me. "It's about time, Chickie," says Allie. "I was starting to think you had left without me." I laughed a little and opened my locker. "Sorry, I had to clean the brushes and put the paint away," I told them. "Can I get a ride home, Peyton?" Jack asked me. "My mom needed the car today." "Yeah, sure, of course," I answered. "Let's go." After dropping Jack off at home, Allie and I continued on to the mall. Parking the car, I elbowed Allie. "Look what I see," I said, pointing to a group of hot guys. "Wow," said Allie, lowering her sunglasses. "Do you think they're from a visiting pack for the ball on Saturday?" "I sure hope so," I answered. "Check out Mr. Hot and Heavy in the white tank top, blue jeans and black hair," I said. "Oh, I see him and Mr. Hottie in the blue t-shirt, black jeans with blonde hair," Allie says. We looked at each other and burst out laughing. We got out of the car, heading towards the front door of the mall when we heard whistles and hoots. We turned to see the hot group of guys checking us out and whistling. We laugh and blow kisses to the guys before entering the mall. "That was fun," Allie said. 3 hours later, we entered the last dress shop in the mall. "I swear, Allie, if we do not find the perfect dress here, I will have to wear jeans," I said. "Well, here's to hoping," Allie said. "I don't think Alpha Black will allow us to wear jeans," she laughed. 15 minutes into browsing the racks, Allie shrieked. I looked up, and she was holding up a black and white one-shoulder mermaid dress. The white was at the bottom that ruffled. It was so pretty, and so Allie's style. "I am going to try it on," said Allie. "Most definitely, Allie. That is such a pretty dress." As Allie is trying on her dress, I spot a navy blue lace mermaid off-the-shoulder, long evening dress that pooled out onto the floor. I loved this dress. I ran to the dressing room and tried it on. It fit perfectly. It was firm to my figure, made my breasts stand out as well. I looked like a goddess. Both Allie and I came out of the same time to model for each other. "Oh, Goddess Peyton, that dress was made for you," she says. "You're so stunning. You have to get it." "Only if you get that dress, Allie," I said. "You're so beautiful in it." We bought our dresses and then decided to go get something to eat before looking for matching shoes. I ordered a 4-piece Chinese meal and a Diet Coke and joined Allie at the table. She ordered the 6-piece Chinese meal and a Coke. As we were eating, Allie pointed out the group of hot guys from the parking lot staring at us. We have just finished eating when the group walks over to us and sits at the table next to ours. "Hi there, gorgeous ladies. My name's Tucker," says the guy I liked. "This here is Tommy," he said, pointing to the one Allie liked. "This is Ryan." He pointed at the tall blonde. "And Dylan," he says, pointing to the last guy. "You ladies from the pack around here or visiting for the ball?" Tucker says. "I'm Peyton Black, Alpha Black's daughter from the pack holding the ball," I answered. "This is my best friend and our beta's daughter, Allison," I said, introducing her. We sat for about an hour talking with the guys and getting to know them. They were from the Blue River Pack from BC. It was their first time coming to the mating ball as well. But sad to say, none of them were my mate. After picking out matching shoes for our dresses, we leave the mall and head back to the pack house. I drop Allie off in front of her house and drive up to my house. I ran up to my room and hung the dress in the closet. I do not want anyone to see it till I'm wearing it on Saturday night. I walked down the hall to my brother's room and knocked on the door. "Come in," said Jackson. "Hey, bro, how was your day?" I asked. Same old, he answered. "More alpha training. I cannot wait to find my mate so I can take over as alpha." Jackson was 20, but because he still had not found his mate, our father is not going to hand over the alpha title until he finds his mate. I told Jackson about the group of guys we met at the mall and how none of them were my mate. "Sorry, sis," Jackson says, "but I know how you feel. I've not found my mate either." "Want to go for a run with me, bro?" I asked him. "Yeah, sure. I could blow off some stress," he answers. We head out, go to different sides of the tree-lined strip, and shift. My wolf, Aurora, is as big as an alpha wolf since I'm the daughter of an alpha and alpha female. My wolf is a mix of golden colors with my hazel eyes. She's so beautiful. Jackson's wolf, Thor, was a mix of dark gray with blue eyes, too. He was very handsome, too. We took off running. We love to run together and see who runs faster. I always won. For the next 2 hours, we ran, played, and talked. These were the good times. My brother is the best. Chapter 2. I open my eyes and roll over. It's Friday. My birthday. I jump out of the bed and head to the bathroom to start my day before heading down for breakfast. "Good morning, Mom," I say as I enter the kitchen and see my mother drinking her coffee. "Peyton, my baby girl, good morning," she says with a big smile. "And a very big happy 18th birthday." She hugs me. "Thanks, Mom." "Oh, hey, listen," she says. "Your brother and father had a meeting this morning about ball stuff. They're so sorry they could not be here to wish you a happy birthday, but your father requests you come straight home from school tonight. He wants a family birthday dinner with his princess." I smile. I've always been Daddy's little princess. "Oh, sure, dinner with the family sounds great." I kiss my mother, grab my stuff, and head out to pick up Allison. All the way to school, Allison sang happy birthday to me as loud as she could. I could not help but laugh. She could always make me laugh. She is simply the best. Alpha Black, on the phone. "Dear God, are you sure?" "Yes, Alpha. He will be attending the ball this year." "But why now? He's 24 years old. He's never attended our ball before." "He's decided to allow his pack to attend this year, and he himself will also attend as well. Do you have an issue with that Alpha Black?" No, it's open to one and all," I say. Very well. See you soon, Alpha. Dear God, this cannot be happening. What is it, Dad? Jax asks me. I've just been informed that the Alpha, the one everyone knows as the Beast, will be attending this year's ball. Oh, dear God, says my beta. We have to cancel the ball, I said. We cannot do that, Father. Visiting Pax has already arrived. I'm aware of that, but how can I allow him to come? What if the Beast finds his soulmate? What if she is one of our young women from this pack? We would be sending her to her death, I said. Not to mention the others of his pack. We have no idea how they would treat their mates. I agree with you, Alpha, says my beta. But Jax is right. The packs have already begun to arrive. It's too late now to cancel. I slam my fist down on my desk. Damn it, they're right. I know they are, but God help whoever turns out to be his mate. Peyton. I walked into the cafeteria at lunchtime and was shocked when everyone started to sing happy birthday to me as Allison ran over to hug me and pull me over to our table. All my friends hug me as tears fall from my eyes. I have the greatest friends. Here, happy birthday, Peyton, Allison says, handing me a box. We've all chipped in and got this for you. I opened the box and gasped. I reached in and lifted out a beautiful rose gold charm bracelet. Each of us brought you a charm to reparent a memory we have with you, says Jake. Like this one, he says, pointing to an ice skate. I got you a skate because it was you who had taught me to skate. You would not give up on me. This one's for me, says another friend. It was a ski charm. Each friend took turns to point out the charm they added. This has got to be the most precious gift I have ever received. As Allison and I were heading back to my locker after lunch, she leans against the locker next to mine. So, what do you say to a sleepover and movie night tonight? She asks. Oh, I wish I could, I said. But my dad wants a family birthday dinner. Okay, so I can come over after dinner, she says. Let me check with my parents and I will let you know, I said. Okay, sounds good. I'll pack my dress and stuff so we can get ready at your place tomorrow for the ball, she says. I couldn't help but laugh. I said I would let you know, Allison. They said dinner, but I'm not sure if that is all or not, so I will let you know. She smiles at me and wraps her arms around my shoulders as we walk off towards our next class. Pulling my car up in front of Allison's house, she turns to me. Hey, did you hear who is attending the ball this year? She asks. You mean other than the other packs around Canada? I ask. Yes. I overheard my father this morning telling my mother they were freaking out. Why? Because the alpha known as the Beast and his pack are attending this year. I gasp. You're kidding. Nope, I heard it. He is attending. Oh my God, could you imagine being his mate? I sure hope it's not me. I would be so scared to reject him. The stories of him, oh my God. I agree, Allison. Dear God, I cannot believe he is attending. I pray no one in our pack turns out to be his mate. Happy birthday again, Peyton, she says. I hope you have a great last night dinner with your family. Why would you say that, Allison? I ask. I cannot help but think, come tomorrow at the ball, we are both going to find our mates, and they're not from our pack, she says. I see the sad look on her face. I know, I thought of that too. But Allison, I don't know what I will do if we're not together. We've been friends since the day I was born, I said. She leans over and hugs me. You and I both, she says. So text me after and let me know about the sleepover. She opens the car door and steps out. As soon as I know, I'll message you, I said. She closes the door and walks away. I slowly drive up the street to my house and stop, but I do not get out. Instead, I break down crying. I've always wanted to find my mate and be happy, have pups, and so forth. but just thinking of not seeing or talking to my best friend every day kills me. At the same time, I cannot help but think about the beast and his pack coming. No one really knows what the beast even looks like, but everyone is dead scared of him. I pray he is not my mate. 15 minutes later, I wipe my tears and head up towards the house. Stepping through the door, a party horn and cheers sound. "Happy birthday!" My brother and parents yell, pulling me into a hug. "Thank you, everyone," I said with a big smile. "Oh my God, Mom, is that roast beef, roasted potatoes, and corn on the cob I smell?" "It sure is," says Mom. I had to make my girl's favorite dinner on her day. We all head into the kitchen and sit down to eat. Along with the roast beef, corn, and potatoes, there is salad, buns, and a bowl of fruit. I notice there is also my favorite dessert, strawberry cheesecake, on the counter. All through dinner, there is talk, laughter, and smiles. I love my family. I'm going to miss my family times together when I'm forced to leave with my mate. "Peyton, dear," says my mother, placing a hand on mine. "What is wrong, my dear?" "I'm sorry," I said. "I did not mean to damper the mood. It's just I cannot help but think that my mate belongs to another pack, and I'll be forced to leave my home and family." "Oh, my baby," says my mother. "No matter what, my dear, we will always stay in touch and see you." After my mother stops hugging me, we make our way to living for coffee and cake. My parents hand me a large box. I open it. Inside is a lot of canvas paints and brushes. "Oh, wow, this is totally awesome," I said. "Thank you so much. I was running low on this stuff, too." I hug my parents. Jackson hands me a small box, and I open it. I gasp and lift out a charm. "Allison informed me she and your friends were getting you a charm bracelet and charms, so I had one made for you," he says. I hold up the charm. "Wow, Jax, it's Thor." I say the charm was made to look just like Jackson's wolf, Thor. I love it so much. "Now you will always have Thor with you, sis," he says, hugging me. "Come show us the charms, dear," says my mother. As I was telling my parents about each charm, the phone rings. A few moments later, my father slams the phone down. "I'm so sorry, sweetheart, but that was Beta John. Your mother and I have to go up to the pack house and entertain the alphas and their mates tonight." "Oh, that's all right, Daddy. I understand. You are the alpha and the Luna of this pack," I said. "Are you sure you don't mind, my dear?" "No, I'm an adult now. I'm not 5 years old. I know you have responsibilities and duties as the alpha." "Thank you so much for being so understanding." My father hugs me. Then I remember what Allison said to me in the car. Dad?" "Yes?" "Is it true the beast is attending the ball this year?" My mother gasps and drops her cup. "Where did you hear that?" my father asks. "Allison, she overheard her father telling her mother." My father sighs and runs his hands through his hair. "Oh, dear God, is it true? The beast is coming here?" My mom says, frightened. "Yes, I'm afraid. There is nothing I can do," says father. "We can talk about this after. Right now, we must get to the pack house." "Oh, since the family night is over, is it all right to have Allison sleep over for movie night?" I asked. "Oh, course," says my father, kissing my head, then taking my mother's hand and heading out. I pick up the phone and text Allison. "I'm heading to the club if you need me, sis," says Jax. A few moments later, Allison is walking through the door with all her things for the ball tomorrow. We make popcorn, grab drinks, and head up to my room. Chapter 3. I open my eyes and see Allison sound asleep next to me. I slowly get out of bed and head for the shower. I inhale the scent of my body, then slid down the shower wall, sitting on the floor, the water falling over me. I cannot help but think today will be the last day I use this shower, the last time I sleep in my bed or see my parents. I cannot help but ask myself if finding my mate is what I really want for myself anymore. Then I remember the beast is attending the ball. All the stories we have been told about him, how he keeps the heads of those who cross him and stick on stakes in the yard. I shiver and get to my feet. I pity the woman who end up with him as a mate. I hope he leaves here without finding a mate. I turn the water off, step out, and dry off. When I step back into the bedroom, Allison is awake and on her phone. "Oh, good, you're awake. Hurry up and get ready," I tell her. "Ready? Where are we going?" she asks. "I thought we were going to stay in and get ready for tonight." "No, I have a surprise for you, so hurry up and meet me downstairs," I tell her. I leave Allison to get ready and head downstairs to see my mother. Only when I get to the kitchen, I find a note instead. Note: Dear Peyton, your brother, father, and I had to go attend to last-minute details for the ball tonight. If you and Allison go out, please be back no later than 4 p.m. Please get ready for the ball. I mean it, Peyton. 4 p.m. Love you, Mom. End of note. I look at the clock. It's 11 a.m. If we are going to be back by 4 p.m., Allison is going to have to hurry up. I'm going to surprise Allison with a day of beauty. I made lunch reservations for noon, then at the spa for 1:30 to get fancy nails, makeup, and our hair done for tonight. So all we would have to do is come home and put on our dresses. I head to the bottom of the stairs and yell up to Allison. "Come on, Allie, hurry up!" Okay, she says, running down the stairs. "I'm ready. Sheesh, why the hurry?" "You will see," I said with a smile and pulled her out of the door. After lunch, we head into the salon. "You're kidding, right?" she asked. "Lunch and a day here?" "Surprise," I said. "But Peyton, yesterday was your birthday, not mine," she says. "Oh, I know. But we have been friends, well, sisters, really, forever. We've done so much for each other. You've done so much for me and have always been there for me. So today is on me. A sort of thank you. And I love you gift." "Well then," she says. "Let's do this." I got my nails done in a navy blue color that shined. Allison went with black and white style nails. They will match our dresses perfectly. I decided to go with a hairstyle where half my hair would stay down and curled, well, the rest of up in a nice French braid with navy blue and white baby breath flowers throughout it. I could hardly recognize myself. I was simply stunning. I was waiting for Allison to have her hair finished before moving on to makeup. Allison was getting her hair curled with white streaks and then pinned back. She was so pretty. I looked at the clock. It was 3 p.m. We had an hour before we were to be home. "This way, Peyton, we can start your makeup now," says the woman who was going to do my makeup. Oh well, I thought to myself. If we are late, we're late, as long as we get to the ball on time. By the time we were all done, it was 4:10 p.m. We're 10 minutes late so far. We gather our things and pay for the service, and then we head out. As we're walking to my car, a couple of guys step in front of us, blocking our path. I recognize one of them as Jim Foster from school. He was on the football team, and he was human. Well, looky here, boys, if it isn't Peyton and Allison," he says. "And where are you two going all doled up?" "Get out of the way, Jim. We're in a hurry," I said, trying to walk around them. "What's the rush?" says another boy with him. "None of your business. Now move." Jim reaches out and grabs my arm. "Come on, Peyton. No need to be that way," he says. "You know, I've always had a thing for you, Peyton. What you say we have a little fun in my car?" I am so sick of these human kids from school. I hate that our pack has never had a school of our own. I look at the clock on my phone. 4:20 p.m. I really have to get us home. I know it's against the rules of being a werewolf, but I cannot take it anymore. I let my wolf come forward. I show my canines and growl. Jim lets go with a freaked out look on his face.
What the?
I growl again, and the guys take off running. Nice one, says Allison. You know, if anyone finds out... I know. Get in the car now, I say. Rushing again, she says. Yes, because we're late, I said. My mom left us a note. She said if we went out, we had to be back by 4 p.m., no later. I saw Allison look at the clock in the car. Oh, shit, she says. She buckles up, and I speed for home. When I pulled into the driveway, it was 4:35 p.m. We got out and rushed to the door. As we enter, we can hear voices in the kitchen.
Peyton Black, get your behind in here now,
yells my mother. I look at Allison, and we start towards the kitchen. I told you to be home by 4 p.m. Now we're going to be late to the ball because we have to. We entered the kitchen, and my mom stops talking as she sees us. I know you said 4 p.m., Mom, but our spa day ran a little behind, I said.
Wow,
says Beta John, Allison's father.
You two look beautiful.
I agree, says Father. Very beautiful. Well, I guess we do not have to spend time on the girls after all, says Allison's mom. No, I guess not, says my mom. I'm so proud of you for taking it upon yourself and going to get this done. You're so beautiful. Our mothers rush upstairs to help us with our dresses. By 6 p.m., we're all ready to head out to the ballroom at the Pack House. I take one last look at myself and then turn to Allison. Well, Allie, I say, here goes nothing. Chapter 4. Peyton. I drove my car over to the Pack House, just in case I wanted to duck out early. I pulled up to the front of the Pack House and saw a lot of fancy dressed people mingling. I drove around to the side and parked by the house. I got out and headed inside the side door to the kitchen. I just needed some water and a breath before I headed into the ballroom. I'm beyond nervous. What if my mate shows up tonight? What if he rejects me? Calm down, Peyton, says my wolf, Aurora. Mate will love us. I hope you're right, Aurora, I said. I grab a bottle of water from the fridge and drink it. There you are, Chicky, Allie says, coming into the kitchen. The alpha is looking for you. I need some water, I said. I'm just not ready to go into the ballroom yet. The alpha cannot introduce you if you're not there, Peyton, Allie says. And he cannot start the ball until he does. So get your perfect little ass in there. Get on that stage and stand next to your brother, now. Okay, I'm going. God, you're so bossy, I said, walking past her towards the ballroom. I learned from you, Chicky. Allie laughs, following me in. As I enter the room, I felt a lot of eyes on me. It was so packed in here. There were a lot of packs here. I kept my head held high and made my way to the stage where my family was waiting for me.
Where have you been, Peyton?
My dad asked me. Sorry, I just stepped in the kitchen for some water, I answered.
Oh, very good, sweetheart, Dad says. Let us start the ball, shall we?
As soon as my father took out the microphone, the room went dead silent.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm James Black, Alpha of the Blackstone Pack. Welcome to my territory. This is my Luna Nancy, my son and the future Alpha, Jackson, and my daughter, Peyton. We welcome you all here for this year's mating ball. Best of luck to all you new wolves who have come to age, and to the returning unmated wolves still looking for their mates. May tonight and this year's ball be your year. Let this year's mating ball begin!
The room erupted with cheers. The music began to play. People began to mingle once again. I stepped off the stage to go find Allison. There are a lot of wolves here, Allison says through our mind link. Tell me about it. It's all so overwhelming, I linked back. Allison and I take to the dance floor and dance to the music. Soon, other women are joining us on the dance floor. The men stood on the side and watched us. 4 songs later, the DJ slows the music down. "Peyton, may I have this dance?" Zach, Allison's brother, asks me. "I would love to," I replied. Allison walks off towards the buffet table. "So any luck?" Zach asked me while we dance. "It's only been an hour, Zach," I said. "I spent that time on the dance floor. I've not walked around, so I don't know yet." The song ends, and we break apart. Zach kissed my cheek. "Now get out of there and find your mate, Peyton," Zach says. "What about you, Zach?" I asked him. "Are you looking for your mate as well?" "Yes, I am," he said happily. "Good luck, Peyton." He scurried away. I stood there, laughing as I watched him rush through the crowd of people. It is too bad the moon goddess did not pair us as mates. Oh well. I started looking around for Allison. I see her by the drink table, talking to a very hot guy I've never seen before. From what I can make of him, he was 6'5", 280 pounds, with long brown hair. It looks like his eyes are brown as well, and he has a lip piercing and a goatee. I wonder if he's Allison's mate. She looks happy. I stood there with a smile on my face. I'm happy for her if this is her mate. An intoxicating smell floats into my nostrils. A scent of spiced sandalwood. I look around but did not see anyone looking towards me. I turn to try to find the smell. I look towards the door and see the most gorgeous, hottest guy I've ever seen. He had his long hair tied back neatly in a ponytail. He stood 6'5", 285 pounds with a goatee and a scar across his left eye, which made him even sexier. My hazel eyes met his blue eyes, and Aurora yelled, "Mate!" I've never seen this man before, so I know he is not from my pack. I was going to step towards him when Allison and the man I saw with her approached my mate. Allison looks at me. I saw fear in her eyes. My mate then left the ballroom, and Allison and the man holding her hand started walking towards me. "Peyton," says Allison. "This is Caleb Adam. He's my mate," she says. "Allie, that is awesome," I said, hugging her. "Congratulations." I pulled back and saw she still had that scared look on her face. "Allie?" I say. "What is it? What is wrong? You do not seem happy about finding your mate." "Peyton, Caleb is the beta of the Dark Shadow Pack," Allie says. I gasp. Oh God, no wonder she doesn't look happy. "Peyton," says Caleb, "you need to come with me now." "What? Why?" I ask. "Peyton," Allison started to speak. "You need to come with me now, Peyton," Caleb says again. "Listen here, Beta. I'm an alpha female, so you will not be ordering me around," I said. "Peyton, please," says Allison. "Just come with us, please." "Fine, for you, Allison. I will come with you," I said. I followed Allison and Caleb out of the ballroom and into the living room. I smelled spiced sandalwood as I entered the room and saw the sexy man from the ballroom standing there. Again, Aurora yells, "Mate!" "Alpha, this is Peyton Black," Caleb tells him. "She is the daughter of Alpha James Black." The man says nothing. He just stares at me. Wait, did Caleb just call him Alpha? Allison said Caleb was the beta of the Dark Shadow Pack, so that would mean, oh God, no. He is the beast. I got a mind link from Allison. "At least we get to stick together," she says. "I cannot be with the beast," I told her. I mind link my father to meet me in the pack house living room and to hurry. Within seconds, my parents and brother were in the room next to me. I wrapped my arms around my mom, crying. "Alpha Brooks," says my father. "It is so nice that you and your pack could join us this year. Peyton, sweetheart, says my mom. Why are you crying? Peyton and I have found our mates tonight, Allison tells them. Alpha James, Luna Nancy, this is 𝘕𝘁𝘁𝘁, the beta of the Dark Shadow Pack, and my mate, she tells them. I heard my parents and Jax gasp.
Well, said my father. Have you told your parents, Allison?
No, not yet, Alpha, she answered. Alpha James, Alpha Brooks, is Peyton's mate. My brother gasped and then growled. My father stood there shocked. My mother tightened her grip on me. No, it can't be, says my mom. You cannot be her mate. There has to be a mistake.
There is no mistake, Luna Nancy.
I heard my mate's voice for the first time. There has to be, Mom said again. My daughter cannot be the mate of the beast. I heard my mate laugh.
Well, she is, and she'll be coming with me, he told my parents. Alpha Brooks, said my father. I beg you, please reject her. She is just a child. Please spare her.
The beast did not say anything in return. Instead, he whispered something to his beta. I saw Caleb's head nod.
I'm taking Allison to inform her parents she has found her mate and to pack a few of her things, Caleb tells my parents. Peyton, you have an hour to pack what you want and meet in the parking lot. We will send our Omega for the rest of the things this week.
Then he and Allison leave the room. In a flash, the beast is across the room and has my brother by the neck, dangling off the floor.
Do not disrespect me, boy, the beast says through gritted teeth. You know who I am and what I'm capable of.
Jax tried to fight him off, but the beast was squeezing tighter. My father was pulling on him and pleading for them to stop. Stop! Stop, please! I screamed. Alpha Brooks, please let my brother go. I will go with you. The beast dropped my brother and walked out of the room. James, we cannot allow our daughter to go with that beast, my mom cried.
Enough, Nancy,
my father says.
Peyton is his mate. She saved her brother's life by sparing her own by agreeing to go with him. If we try to stop her or hide her, it'll just cause a war with him. I'm so sorry, Princess. I do not know what we can do.
It's okay, Daddy, I said, hugging him. I could not allow my brother to get hurt or for a war to happen. I will go with him. It is okay. After hugging my family, I went to my room and packed a week's worth of clothes along with everything I was going to need and headed down to the parking lot. I said I would go with you, and I will, I said. But can I please drive my own car? Please, Alpha Brooks, I will not try anything. My car just means a lot to me. He nods his head, yes, then says something to Caleb.
Allison and I will be riding with you, Peyton,
Caleb says. I smiled. Thank you, Alpha, I said. We piled into our cars, and I followed Alpha Brooks down the driveway, then off to our new home and to what awaits us. Chapter 5. Peyton. We have been on the road for 2 out of 3 hours it takes to drive to the Dark Shadow Pack. It was an almost silent drive, except the little sobs and sniffs from Allison in the back seat next to Caleb. She did not seem to be very happy about her mate either. Allie, are you all right? I asked her.
She is fine,
Caleb answered for her.
Just keep your eyes on the road and shut up, he said.
You need to remember Beta, I snapped at him. I am a higher ranked wolf than you are. I'm of alpha blood, so do not order me around, I said. He smirks at me. I have no problem pulling this car over and booting your ass out of my car, I told him. I hear Allie giggle and see Caleb smack her arm. Oh, hell no. I pulled my car over and slammed on the brakes. I got out and went around and opened the back door, pulling Caleb out. If you ever put your hand on my sister again, I will rip your arm off and beat you with it. Got it? I told him.
How dare you threaten me?
He snaps at me. He raises his hand to strike me, but I catch his arm and attack him first. I tackled him to the ground and broke his arm. Try to touch me again, and I will kill you, I said to him. Understand? Now you can enjoy your walk back because you are not getting back in my car. You bastard, I said. Allie, climb up front with me, I tell her. I notice the car in front of us with the beast in it has stopped on the road. I got in my car and started driving towards this car. I pulled to a stop when I pulled up right behind him. The beast gets out and storms over to my car window. I rolled it down.
Why is my beta on the side of the road?
He asked me. He was rude, hit Allie, then tried to hit me, I answered. He's not riding in my car.
Go back and get him now,
the beast orders. No, I say. For the first time, he looked at me.
Did you just tell me no? He asked.
Yes, I did. The beast growls and storms back to his car. A few minutes later, Caleb runs past my car and gets into the front car, and we continue on towards his home. I cannot believe you just stood up to them both, Allie says to me. I am of alpha blood, Allie. I am a born alpha female, so I'm higher ranked and stronger than that beta. And with the alpha, I'm equally ranked. Being his so-called mate makes me his equal, whether we like it or not. When my mate first approached me at the ball, we danced and talked, says Allie. He seemed so loving and kind. I was happy. Then, when he introduced me to the alpha, he whispered something to my mate. His demeanor changed, and he started to be mean. It is okay, Allie. You're my best friend. You're like my sister. I will make sure you stay safe, I told her. If he ever touches you again, I want to know, Allie. I mean it. Allie shakes her head in agreement. I just want to reject him, Peyton. I know, Allie. I know. Soon, we made a left turn down a dirt road. Halfway down the dirt road, it turns to asphalt, and a big gatehouse comes into view. The alpha's car stops at the gate, and a large man comes out and bows to the alpha, then reaches inside the gatehouse, and the gate opens, and the alpha's car drives in. The large man stops me at the gate. I roll down the window.
Welcome to Dark Shadow Pack Luna and Female Beta, he says. I am Thomas Green, head of security.
Thank you, Mr. Green, I smiled at him. But I'm not the Luna. I refused passion. He looks at me weirdly and then looks towards Alpha's car.
You may drive through now, Luna,
he says. Thank you, but again, I'm not the Luna. I drove along, following the car in front of us. Are you really going to turn down being the Luna? Allie asked me. Yes, I am not here by choice, Allie. If I knew his full name, I would have rejected him on the spot. I hear Aurora whimper in my head. Sorry, Aurora, but you know who he is, and what he is, and his wolf are capable of. She doesn't say anything in return. Deep down, she knows I am right. Within minutes, we were pulling up in front of a huge 5-story mansion. It was a floor bigger than my father's. Gasp! Oh, God! Shrieked Allie. Allie, what is wrong? She pointed to a patch of grass just off the driveway, where metal spike poles stuck up out of the ground. Sticking through the tops of each are skulls and decomposing heads. My father was right. What a sick and twisted man this Alpha Brooks is. This is just disgusting, I said. I pulled my car to a stop, parking behind Alpha's car. Well, here we go, I said to Allie. Remember, Allie, if he hurts you, tell me. Allie nods, shaking. She's so scared. I have never seen my best friend this scared before. I reached over and pulled her in for a hug. I'm here with you, Allie, and remember, you are a beta's daughter. You have strength. You're right, Peyton, she says. I am strong, smart, and take no guff from anyone. I and my mate are equals. That's my girl, I said. Plus, you have me. We have each other. We will get through this together. We look out of the window and see the beta and alpha standing by their car looking at us. We stepped out of the car and stepped to the trunk to get the bags.
Leave the bags. The omegas will bring them in,
says beta Caleb. Caleb gives us a small tour of the mansion, with the beast following us, not saying a word.
The rooms down here are the omegas' rooms. The first floor is the guest floor, the second floor is the gamma floor, the third is mine, and is now also Allison's floor, the beta floor. Fourth floor belongs to the alpha and is Luna, and the fifth floor is the offices, Caleb tells us.
And me? I asked. What floor will I be on? Beta Caleb looked at me weirdly, then looked over my shoulder to the alpha.
You're on the alpha floor, Luna,
Caleb says.
I am not the Luna.
I heard a growl behind me and turned around to look at the beast in the face. Come on, Ellie. I will show you to your room, Caleb says to her, taking her hand. The beast raised his arm towards the stairs. I followed him up to the fourth floor. He passes 2 doors and continues down to the end of the hall to 2 more doors across the hall from one another. The beast opens the door on the left and lifts his hand, telling me to go in. It was a huge bedroom. It was black and red in color, with a big king-sized bed on one side of the room, large glass doors leading out to the balcony, a private bath, and a walk-in closet. Is this my room? I asked.
It is our room,
I heard his deep voice say. No, not happening, Alpha, I said. I refuse to share a room with the beast. I saw his eyes dark over as he growled. You can growl at me all you want, but I'm not staying in this room with you.
Fine.
He walks across the hall and opens the other door.
Stay in here then, for now,
he snarls. I pushed past him and slammed the door in his face. This room was white and teal in color. It has a king-size bed, a glass door to a balcony, private bath, and closets. This room has a sitting area with a TV by the balcony door. Good. I will not have to leave this much then, I said to myself. There was a knock on my door, and I went to answer it. Greetings, Luna. My name is Kim. I'm your personal maid, she tells me. I have brought up your bags from your car. My name is Peyton, please, I tell her. I am not the Luna. As you wish, Peyton, she says. Shall I put your things away? Let's do it together, I said to her. I found my PJs, putting them on the bed after Kim left. I picked them up and put them on, crawling into the bed. I've not heard a word from Allie. I hope she's all right. I turned and looked at the clock on the nightstand. 1 a.m. I turned over, shut my eyes, and dozed off. The beast Alpha Brooks. When I smelled her intoxicating smell of coconut vanilla, I was intrigued. Then, when I saw the girl, the smell was coming from. I felt a flutter in my heart. My wolf, Akela, howled mate and wanted to run and mark her right there and then. She was the most beautiful woman I have ever laid my eyes on. But I do not want a mate. Mates make you weak and vulnerable to attacks. I was going to reject her on the spot in the living room. But when she got close to me, I froze. Then hearing her call me the beast along with her mother, it stung me. Hearing my mate call me that hurt more. I thought it would. But when her brother and father asked me to reject her, I could not do it. She is here now, and she refuses to share my bed with me. She's not even afraid of me. She has guts. But now what do I do with her? I've heard her telling the others she was not the Luna. Again, it stung. But at the same time, I still did not want to mate either. And she doesn't want me. I will keep my distance from her and continue on as if I never found her. I listened at the door.
I could tell from her breathing that she was sleeping. I turned and entered my room. I knew I never should have let Caleb talk to me into going to that ball. Peyton.
I wake up at 4:15 a.m., headed to my closet and dress in my black sports bra and black tight yoga leggings, tie my hair up in a tight bun, and head out of my room and down the stairs, hoping to follow someone out to where they train. Through the window by the front door, I saw a bunch of people gathering in the field, so I headed out and headed towards them.
Can I help you?
A tall, blonde-haired, blue-eyed man asked me. I'm here to train, I answered.
I see,
says the man.
Would you mind telling me your name?
My name is Peyton, I told him.
Well, nice to meet you, Peyton,
he says, holding out his hand.
I am Gamma Austin Matthews.
I took his hand and shook it. He's staring at me with a smile on his face.
Are you new to the pack?
Austin asks. I guess you could say that, I told him. I'm forced to be here.
I see. Well, Peyton, welcome. I'm also head of training along with our head warrior, Maverick Walker, Austin tells me. He takes care of our advanced wolves.
Oh, and where would they be? I asked him.
See that group gathering down there?
I looked in the direction he was pointing. Well, I guess I'd better get down there then, I said.
Whoa there now, Missy,
Austin says.
I say when you go down there. You are new here. I was not even told we had any new members, so I need to see you fight first.
Fair enough, I said. Let's spar.
Okay, he says. The rest of you stretch a little longer. This will not take long.
We get into a sparring stance and begin. Move after move. I block and counter, taking him down every time. I see him getting frustrated. He steps up his game, and again, he cannot get one over me.
Okay, you win,
Austin says.
You're good.
Thank you. I smiled at him. I started to walk off towards the advanced class when my wolf feels and hears the vibration of someone advancing on us from behind. At the last second, I ducked counterattacking, taking Austin out before he could get one on me.
Wow, okay, go. I'm looking bad in front of my class, he says. We will talk later.
When I got down the hill, I introduced myself to the big guy up front.
Glad to have you join us, Peyton. I'm Maverick, this pack's head warrior.
There were only about 20 people in this group. Is this the whole advanced group? I asked.
Afraid so, says Maverick. The other warriors are out on patrol. These are the new recruits in training.
I see. Pretty sad, I say. There should be at least 200 wolves training here, and more in each category. I saw Maverick look at me weird. Where's the weapons training, one-on-one combat and all? I asked.
Because of our Alpha's reputation, we do not get attacked. So the Alpha and Beta decided on just the two classes, Maverick told me.
That is unacceptable. A wolf should always be preparing for anything, I said. The warriors in the group square off and begin their training. Are they kidding me? This is taught in a basic training class at age 6 in my pack. How is this pack known as a ruthless, strong pack when it is weak? Maverick, I said, then asked him the question. He tells me that the Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and himself do 98% of the fighting. They have lost wolves in each attack because of a lack of training.
It has been over a year since their pack was last attacked. With the heads out in front of the yard, even the rogues are scared to attack.
They will not always be afraid, Maverick, I told him. I decided to spare off with Maverick, and just like with Austin, I kicked his ass. Maverick felt embarrassed a little and had 3 guys try to jump me. Again, I beat all of their asses without a scratch on me. You 4, I pointed to 4 big guys. Shift to your wolves and come at me. I will stay in human form. The 4 guys give each other a high five, laugh, then shift and attack me. Loud yelps echoed through the air as I beat all four like they were paper.
That was amazing, Peyton,
Maverick says, shocked.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Peyton Black, daughter of Alpha James Black and Alpha Luna Nancy Black.
You're a pure-blood alpha,
Maverick says.
What are you doing here?
Your alpha attended our mating ball last night, I told him. It was my bad luck. I ended up being his mate.
What? You are our Luna?
Maverick asked.
No,
I snapped. I am not the Luna. Your alpha doesn't want me, and I do not want him. I'm only here because I promised to come here if he spared my brother's life. Maverick asked me to help him train the group, so, after a few hours, we called it and headed in for breakfast. Again at 3 p.m.? I asked.
No, we only train once a day,
Maverick answers. Not anymore, I said. I want you all back here by 3 p.m. for more training. Maverick was shocked to hear the happy cheers of the group. They want to be trained more and harder. We all filed into the dining hall and took a seat to eat. I noticed Allie sitting beside Caleb near the head of the table and went over to see her. Hey, Allie, how's it going? I asked her. I didn't see you at training. Chicky! She shrieked when she saw me getting up and hugging me. She looks happy this morning. I'm good. A lot better than last night, she says. Caleb and I talked, and he apologized for his behavior. Good. I'm happy for you, Allie, I told her. Just remember, I'm here if you need me.
Luna,
says Caleb.
I'm sorry about my behavior towards you as well. The alpha just pissed me off, and I took it out on you two. And for that, I'm sorry.
Forgiven. Just see it does not happen again, I said. And Caleb? I'm not the Luna. I hear a growl as I said I was not the Luna. I looked up to see Alpha Brooks in the room. He takes his seat at the head of the table, looks at me, and points to the chair to the right of him.
That is your seat at the table,
Caleb tells me. I move over to the other side of Allie and take my seat next to the beast. When the alpha nods his head, everyone digs into their food. After the training, I was hungry, so I started to eat. I felt a hand on my leg, and tingles shot through my body. The beast was touching me. I snapped my head at him and saw him looking at me with a disgusting look on his face. So why was he touching me? I reached down and removed his hand off me. He let out a small growl, but I did not care. I stood up, and I walked out. I was no longer hungry. I headed upstairs and showered. I will just sit in my room till the next set of training.